the cuff. So you have got your stitches in the round and you're ready to knit the cuff. The cuff says do 3 inches of knit 2, purl 2. So that is exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to knit 3 stitches or 3 inches of that. So there is my yarn. So to knit, get my yarn to the back. When I'm knitting in my double points, the needle that I'm working on, I like to have on top of the others. And then I get my 4th needle and I like to have the others, the working yarn sort of in the middle of the needle so it doesn't fall off as readily. And then I am going to start. So it says knit 2, purl 2. So that is exactly what I do. The first stitch I do on every needle, I pull tight, and that avoids gaps. If you do it loosely, you're going to see a gap in your knitting. So there's knit 2, purl 2. That's how easy it is to do double ribbing. Knit 2, purl 2. So there's purl 2. You know how to do this. Knit 2. I just want to show you the first row. Purl 2, 1, 2, okay, knit 2. Well, I only have 1 stitch there, so there's knit 1, transfer to the next needle. I like my working needle to be on the top. Okay, so I only knit 1. I have to knit the second. I'm knitting the second. Push that needle down, knit the second one, and pull it tight because that'll avoid the gaps. So that's knit 2. Now we do purl 2, 1, 2, and we knit 2, 1, 2, and we purl 2, 1, 2, and we knit 2, 1, whoops, 1, 2. This looks like a nightmare, doesn't it? And we purl 2, purl 1, whoops, purl 1. Okay, and that's it for that needle. Push it to the middle, purl 1, so we have to purl 2. There's my 3rd needle, and I like it to be on the top. So I only purled 1. I have to purl 2. Purling the yarn is in the front. Who's got butterfingers today? Okay, purl 2, and I'm going to pull it tight because otherwise there's gaps. So knit 2 and purl 2 and knit 2 and purl 2. There we go, and you've finished round 1. You will continue with this until you have done 3 inches. Away you go, have fun. Using a marker. So I've just done my first row of ribbing on my cuff. And I mean, I can tell where the beginning of the row is because I knew it was on this needle. The tail is right there. I can tell that that's the beginning of the round. But it's probably a good habit to get into showing, having a marker so you know exactly where the end of a row is. And the way you would do that is the marker would go at the end, which happens to be, I'm going to show you this, which happens to be the needle before, right? This is, I'm just going to start on one, and there's the needle before. So that's actually where the work ended, was there. And so I would put a marker there to indicate, oh, that is the end of the round. So I know that when I come to that, that's the end of the round, and anything further from there is the start of the new round. But just leaving this marker here on its own, and it's guaranteed it's going to fall off. So what you have to do is put either a couple of stitches from this needle onto this one, or move a couple of stitches from this one onto this one. Your choice. It doesn't really matter. So I think for me right now I am going to take maybe 1 stitch from this needle and Oh, I better work that stitch too before I transfer it. So I'm gonna, so it's knit 2, purl 2, right? So I'm gonna, got my marker on there, and then I'm going to knit, oops, knit, there we go. Okay, so the marker is secured, it won't fall off. And then, so that was knit 1, put that down, get my working needle on top, knit 1, and now knit 2. I'm having a day today for knitting. Might be time to stop. Okay, and tighten it. And that is, let me just finish this needle so you can see how that works. And purl 2. Good, and knit 2. And purl 2. And knit 2, although I'm just going to knit 1 for the moment just so you can see that. But now you can clearly see when you come around to here, you'll see, oh, that's where the end of my row was, and this is the start of my other row. Okay, that's placing a marker.